Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up?
Everybody doing great? I'd like to introduce you to a buddy of mine, Machine Gun Kelly. This is real. This is fam right here. This is pretty cool to have him in here in this little kind of intimate setting with you guys today, and we have some great questions. You guys going to the show tonight? Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
How were you, bro?
Good. Wishing we were playing a bigger venue.
It's going to be a sweat box.
I know. Well, it just seems odd that we came and we would sell out like 2,000 kids for the past 3 times, and then now we're going and playing like a 1,000 cap. I'm just like, I just want to like keep pushing and getting bigger and like pushing it. But punk rock shows are cool.
This is going to be something like we've been doing a lot of small intimate shows with Go when we first started and putting people in like 500-person venues. It's like that old school, that sweat box, that punk rock, that everybody's on top of each other moshing. That energy is going to be...
Yeah, but I just came off a really bad sweat box show that I was like furious about.
I love that term.
Do you know what I mean? Like I we had played like 2,000 kids roughly like the day before, and then the next day we played like 500 kids like in this small place in Morgantown that we drove 13 hours to get to. Wow. And I was like, oh cool, well this is gonna be cool because it's like 500 kids. Those are my favorite shows usually. Like,
of course.
Usually like the greatest time, like it's always like the night when there's like 500 kids that I bust off like the best guitar solo I've ever done, and like in front of like 3,000 people. I'm like, why does it suck right now? But like, so we were playing, and it was honestly the first time I've ever stopped a show and looked at a crowd and verbatim said this: man, y'all suck.
What? Wow.
I've never once said that ever, and like the look on people's face, I couldn't believe I said it when I said I was just so in the moment and so mad because I was like, yo, we just drove 13 hours here. Yeah. Like my whole career I've spent playing places like this, right? Which is 6 to 7 years of doing that repeatedly. Yeah. Full of in between, every time you get off stage, everyone's like, oh man, you're a superstar, man. You're a superstar. And I'm like, I don't know, man. There's still like 300 kids out there. Man. Right. But, and so like, it was like 6, 7 years of that. And then like this year, for some reason, like all this stuff like started exploding and like stuff started registering and all like the songwriting started making sense to people and the album did well. And like, so we go on this tour and, you know, then in the middle of this tour, like Bad Things comes out, and I was like, you know, when Bad Things was coming out, I was like, okay, cool, like I was just putting records out. Right. I didn't like expect that record to come out and like people freak out over the record.
It's a good record.
It's in the top 30, dude. I've never been that high in my life.
Number 1 Shazamming record in Minneapolis. Yeah. Phenomenal response. Yeah. It kind of crept up. And I know the sound, a lot of your fans, and especially the diehard EST, they love that Till I Die sound. And so when you hear something like this, I wonder how it's going to react. And it really
even cooler because the girls are like, all right, yeah, it's tight getting like super beat up and sweaty for an hour, but it's nice when you give us like 3 minutes to like talk to us. You know what I mean? So like,
very nice.
I think like, okay, so the record comes out, and like all of a sudden there's this big boom in the middle of the tour. Like, all of a sudden, like all these rooms that I like dreamed of like filling up, like start filling up, right? And I was like, oh, sick. And then, you know, so then we go there like, all right, well, we have that, you know, that show tomorrow in Morgantown. There's 500 kids, whatever. Right. And like, I've played that venue twice, like sold out every time. It's usually like crazy energy. So I was like, oh, it's cool. We're gonna go there. And it's going to be even more crazy energy because people are like, oh, you literally do not have to be here performing in this venue. They sucked, man. It sucked. I like went there and I was like, you know what I'm saying, like just perform my heart out, and people were just sitting there like with a beer, like as if like you shouldn't be able to even just stand there. You shouldn't. You're like, it's 5. It's like this. This is what the concert looked like, and I'm like, it may never be like this again. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so like. Yeah, I you know, it sucks to spend an hour and a half in front of people that you're just like, you don't get it. Like,
I don't think tonight you're going to have that problem.
No.
I don't think tonight this is the...
No, not at all. This has been sold out for like 2 months almost.
We saw you at Soundset, and you guys saw this, right?
Yeah.
Talking 30,000, 25,000 people, and you did this move where you went up the thing and you hung with one leg, the Iron Cross, bro.
Yes.
That was the first time you had ever done the one leg.
One leg.
I watched it.
I've never done the one leg.
You were trying to get the other one
because
in.
I did one leg by default because this one wasn't going in.
I saw you working at it, and then you did it, and we're like, this guy, and I asked Dre and them, I was like, how often do you guy's fear for his life on tour. And they looked at me and it wasn't even a joke. They were like, dude, every day, dude. They were like, every day we worry about this.
Did you see that picture? That picture was gnarly. The one picture, the upside down picture, like with all the people in the background. Was really cool.
I retweeted it 5 times. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was. I did that the other day. I don't really do that much, but like if there's ever like a cool like place to climb, maybe I'll do it. But like I did it the other day, and I did the 2 feet thing, and it wasn't work. So I did the 1 foot thing
again.
Sound set was probably the last time I should do the 1 foot thing. Yo, bro, when I tell you, it started to slip, and like the toe and the pole was right here, and the only thing hanging on was like the big toe, and I'm like, oh my god,
we can't lose him. This is not we need more of this. We need more of you, man. Come on, man. Be
well,
careful.
every other artist took everything I did and does it themselves now, so I just, I just let them do it.
Shout out to Tory Lanez.
He's
working hard.
Well, that's my guy, but they all it's it's not fun for me anymore because so many people do it now.
Inspired by what you
but people don't say it.
No,
say it. God damn it, say where you got it from.
I learned this by watching Kels. Is what they should.
There would be no performance arts in this hip hop culture if it was not for the energy and the presence that we brought to those festivals and those performances and those XXL showcases in the years 2010, 2011, 2012, and South by Southwest.
Yes.
We changed the entire performance game for hip hop, for hip hop, period, with that South by Southwest run and all that stuff where I got my big break, because no one had ever seen, like, if you literally look from those years prior to, excluding the Redmans and the Method Mans and the Busta Rhymes, you're going to see a bunch of people standing there with mics and just standing.
Right, walking back and forth.
It was never cool to lose your mind. You know what I'm saying?
I want to bring this moment up. I remember in 2011, you were on tour with the MMG guys. It was like Ross and Meek Mill and Wale.
Yeah.
And I saw him in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, dude, that was the craziest show ever.
First Mariner Arena. Very small, kind of like what XL is, like a smaller, big venue. And it was all these like heritage urban acts, you know what I mean? In a predominantly black city.
Oh, it was all black.
The whole arena.
The whole arena.
I lived in D.C. for years. It's like 85% African American.
Oh, 100%.
And so we're in this show, and Kels comes out.
I came out of a jail cell.
He came out with the jail cell comes up, and he had the jumpsuit on, the orange jumpsuit on. And I remember this moment, and forever, and I've been a big advocate. Karen Raitt, she knows, she's in the back. I've been a big advocate for this guy since the beginning of his career, and I remember this moment. You were performing, and then you jumped into the front of the crowd.
Yep.
And everybody was kind of looking at him with like an eye, like, what is this white boy doing? Like, what is this? You jumped into the crowd. You had the jail suit off and tied around your waist, like shirtless, and he stood there with the mic in front of the whole arena, and he looked everybody dead in the eyes and said, "My name is Mother effing Machine Gun Kelly."
So tight.
And just looked at like this. It was kind of like I remember him like this.
Because that was the first, and I'll tell you why I did that.
Staring down the whole arena. I was like, this boy's gonna make it. I was like, this, and then I remember you did Wild Boy and you were running around at D-Boys and guys, thugs like dapping you mad hard, and you literally won over the entire arena of people with your energy and your spirit. And I think that was these were the moments for you selling yourself. Not only, I mean, we can't even imagine how dated the term white rapper is at this point, you know what I mean? Like, but selling yourself to the game. You're here. You're touring. It's no longer, oh, what's it like to be there? No, you've arrived and you did that. You put that work in.
Yeah, it was tight. I've been doing interviews lately where, like, I'll meet people and it'll be like their first time meeting me, and they'll be like, oh man, dude, it's just crazy. Like, I just grew up watching you on TV or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. The last really 6 years, the internet, people have been watching this grind.
I met a 12-year-old girl yesterday, right? And she has been listening to me since I was 8. Now, like, I hear stories like this, and I'm always like, I don't know if I believe that, whatever.
Right.
Okay, my man brought her down to me. I knew it was real as soon as she saw me. She saw me and she's like, right. So like, so I'm like, so I'm standing on the other end of the hallway and I'm like,
Come here.
So she comes over, dude. She breaks down this whole thing. It's like the coolest thing ever, man. Like, she was literally 8 years old till 12 years old, and she like, and listening to Machine Gun Kelly, and this was the first time like that. It was an all-ages show, and like her parents would let her come, and so they surprised her, all this other stuff. But it was just like, I don't know, man. I'm like really stoked on. Remember, I used to just be mad all the time.
Yeah,
I'm just like not mad anymore.
You're frustrated.
Yeah, I was frustrated. Yeah. Remember I was frustrated all the time? I'm not like frustrated no more.
He was very frustrated. When you came to visit me in D.C., you were very frustrated.
No, man, because I was just like, I was like, is it me or is it the world? Like, why does like only this many people get me? And I was like, oh no, it's just the world. It's cool. Okay,
yeah.
Tight.
But you've been working and you've been winning people over every year, and now it's like, no, this was a really, really big year with the acting stuff that you've been doing. Have you guys seen him in the movies and on television? Yo, talk about this process. What's the most exciting part about also being an actor? Is it the creative process, filming and recording? Is it seeing yourself on the big screen?
Man, I like having a schedule. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've been on the road for the past like 5 years of my life, so it's like just like rock and roll rules. You know what I mean? You just like wake up and you get high and go like go through your day like trying to be as creative as possible, and then like a lot of times too like I'm just like stuck in my bus because there's people outside the bus all the time, and people don't want to like let you just chill. And so like I don't know, I just like what were we talking about?
Talking about being an actor now,
right.
And going and record and filming the movies and that whole process.
Okay, so what I was saying, I just like the schedule, right? Like just like waking up at like I never had a normal life, you know what I'm saying? Like even when I was like in high school, it was like I was like leaving high school. I would like ditch high school and just go to work at this airbrush shop all day, where like people would come through, that would be like the audience I was trying to get, right? So I would just be down there rapping all day, writing raps, working, whatever.
Right.
And so, so like being like having to wake up at like 7 a.m. and like drive to work and like walk in and be like, oh, hey, Bill, hey, Tom, hey, blah, blah, blah.
Like a job.
Like
a
dude,
job.
it's tight. They're like, oh, hey, Colson, how you doing, man? See you.
That's cool.
And like, dude, it was cool, man. Like I never like, that was tight. You know what I'm saying? Like I would walk through and like, no one had any idea like what I did outside of work until like one day we filmed off set, and like it was like by a high school, and high school let out, and I was there, and everyone was like, holy fuck, dude,
going crazy.
And so like all the cast members, like they all like knew I did music, but that was it. They were like, oh yeah, I think he does like music or something, like, you know what I mean? Like they had no idea. And so all of a sudden everyone was like, bruh, are you like famous, man? Like
this is machine. Like it's weird because they weren't on their radar.
No, so I was stoked on that, man. Like, because I never got to experience like normal life. Even when I was like working at all the weird jobs I was working at, like I was never like there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I was like washing dishes, but I would be like here. I was I'm gonna be doing radio interviews one day.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like when you were doing the whole airbrush thing, or working at Chipotle,
Bed Bath & Beyond.
Bed Bath & Beyond. Imagine running into
another one of the weird jobs I've had.
Did you see yourself? Did you think like, no, this is where I need to be. This is it.
When I was at Bed Bath & Beyond?
Yeah, like it wasn't like a pipe dream. You were like, nah, like I need to be doing that. Like that's what it was. Right here, like this.
Oh, dude, everyone knew. You can ask from when I was in high school. Yeah. That's why everyone thought it was so crazy. Because I was literally in high school like, oh yeah, dude, I'm going to blow up. Like I'm going to be the biggest, like I'm going to be a huge rapper one day. And everyone's like... And like I used to dress cheese too. So I'm talking about... I don't blame them. I wouldn't believe me either. I was in like 5X tees, chili bowl cut.
I remember. No, it's that Cleveland. I know what it is, dog. I lived out there. I'm
so
hip.
bad. But anyway, I knew it. Everyone. It was just funny when I was working at Chipotle, because I worked at Chipotle the year after I graduated high school. So everyone that was in high school with me that thought like I was gonna go and become like this big rapper was like coming in from, because I didn't go to college. So like everyone that went to college and came back in town for Christmas break, that was like the Chipotle we all went to, and I worked there. So like they would all come back from Christmas break and they'd be like, damn, man, what happened, bro? Like, damn, I thought you were supposed to be, okay, cool.
You're a little early.
So I used to just be in there like, oh, I used to hate Christmas break, man. I used to be in there like, wow. Hi, Amanda, what you want?
Oh, my.
Yes, I'm still rapping.
Yes, I'm going to make it.
Yeah, it happened.
That's
and then
so
I traded the manager of Chipotle an off day
I heard about this.
for Jay-Z tickets.
In that moment,
that was everything, because that off day she gave me and those Jay-Z tickets that she
They
took.
really wanted to go bad, I can imagine.
So she took my Jay-Z tickets, and she gave me an off day, and on that off day, I spent half my rent money to go to a seminar where there was like promised to be like label executives and all that stuff like that. So I spent my half of the rent when me and Slim were living together, and I went there, and I met who ended up becoming my manager, which is Ashley, even though at the time I thought she was like a label executive and shit, but really she was just working the event as an intern.
Right.
But like I saw like, you know, I was like, you know, I saw like a blonde white girl. I was like, oh, dude.
Music industry, right there.
Music industry, right? Totally. yeah. And so, long story short, she ended up, she was about to graduate college with an accountant degree, and for some reason she quit it.
Yeah.
And rocked with me, and now we're all good.
It's crazy. I lived in Cleveland last year, and the radio,
cool.
It was really, really cool, and we got a chance to do some great stuff and play his music on the radio out there, but I got a chance to see and live in Cleveland and to see what he experienced. You went to Shaker Heights?
Yeah, I went to Shaker.
I lived in like Beechwood. It was like right down the street, and it was to see Cleveland and to understand that city and to help me understand him even more. And you really ride for your town.
Yeah.
Like, I get it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you think the Cavs can do it again this year?
Yeah, totally. I think, you know, I'm going to go ahead. I want to finish out the winning streak and get a #1 with Bad Things and bring that W back.
Word up. That's it.
And then I want to win a Grammy and bring that back.
That's important.
But it's pretty cool right now. Like at the stage I'm at right now, like 60-year-olds are still like buying me drinks at the bar. Like it's pretty cool.
Very cool stuff.
Right? Like super cool Cleveland shit.
Cool
They're like,
stuff.
oh man, no way, dude. You're not paying for a drink. Like you're a
very
local
cool.
hero. It's cool.
Very cool. I want to ask some questions that these guys did.
I have a statement. Remember last time I was in Minneapolis, I got stuck in a freezer.
Wow,
In a club.
You know club?
What's up?
What club?
What was it? Were you there that night? You were there?
Look at
Crazy,
look at
right?
Zeke. Look at Zeke.
Am I lying? No. Am I lying? No. On record, was I not locked in a club freezer?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All
You
right.
said why? I was on a trip.
Wilding out, having fun, rock star stuff.
I was on a trip with no suitcases and planes or anything.
Oh my!
But yeah, I got locked in the freezer.
I heard
this
about
was it was crazy.
Was true.
We ran around this whole town until my flight. And so let me just break it down. Got locked in the freezer. Okay, wait. Started the trip in the middle of Mod's performance. Couldn't even leave the stage. I just stayed on the stage and laid down for the whole rest of his performance.
Oh, this is when they on stage. I
Yes.
remember. Okay.
And so then afterwards, went to a club, got locked in the freezer for like 30 minutes. They forgot about us in there. Because why would we humans be in a freezer?
Of
But
course,
like we were in a freezer.
right.
Leave the freezer, go to a middle of a street, lay in the middle of the street for like an hour, digest life, which I have this whole conversation like recorded on my phone. Then go to a friend of Mod's apartment where there's like a toad, like a toad statue, like a servant toad statue that I was obsessed with for hours. Then randomly went to some girl's hotel that was a friend of his who convinced us that it was free. What does Wendy's give out? Frosties?
Frosties.
It was
free Frosties.
It was free. You know about that?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So apparently that day was free Frosty day. So like, I end up being like, so Ma, I think like passes out, or he went somewhere else. I don't know where he went, but I had to catch a flight, and so like on the way to the airport, I made this girl who I just met, by the way, take me to 3 different Wendy's locations because I was promised a free Frosty. You know what I mean? And I could have just purchased the $1.29 Frosty, but I wanted the concept of the free Frosty. And that was my last time I was in Minneapolis, so here I am.
So tonight should be eventful, really fun. You know what I mean? I have some questions that these guys asked, and we can go around the room real quick and ask a couple of questions. Right? You guys want that? I can ask you. Okay, yeah. All right. So Danny from Fridley said, "Are you single?"
Yeah. I got my heart broken.
Okay, we're moving on. Okay, that's fine.
You'll hear about it on the album.
That's cool. All right. I think it's Jayla from Ramsey.
Tight.
What's your spirit animal?
Probably like a honey badger, for real.
Yeah, no. Don't let the tough guy. This is a nice guy. Honey Badger? I don't know.
Honey badgers are pretty gnarly, aren't they? Like
I feel like when I say honey badger, I'm thinking like Winnie the Pooh or something.
No, not Winnie. I think
he's a nice guy. He's
I think
not
honey
that
badger's
nice.
like.
Oh, okay. So the honey badger, perfect. There we go. If you doing music right now, what do you think you'd be doing? This is from Destiny.
I would probably join Ocean's 11 and rob rich people for art.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I asked you the Cavs question already. Out of all the projects and albums you put out, what was the most fun?
Oh, fun. Man, I was mad during all of them things, man.
Yeah, right?
Probably album 3, man. This is the first time we actually had fun. Everything else was always like, Kels is tripping again, man.
Yeah.
Kels is mad again, man. I don't know, man. We'll see what
Good
happens.
to see you happy now.
Yeah. This album, this new album. This is the first album I've done happy.
It's dope. Anybody out there in the game that you want to collab with? Who do you want to work with next? Anybody?
Man, people are weirdos, man.
We were talking about that in the
People
other
are
room.
weirdos, dude. I meet so many people that I just wait till I meet cool ones. Like, so I'm gonna just wait. I'm not gonna say any names anymore because every time I say a name and I meet them, I'm always like, just be cool, and you're not.
Yeah. How's Chief Keef?
Chief Keef was awesome. You know why? Because he was like exactly what you think he's gonna be.
As weird as you think it'd be.
Yes, he is as weird as you think he is. He is like, he wakes up at 5 p.m. He works when he wants to work.
He's nuts.
He's nuts, which is great. Which is like, you know, it's like if people come around me for 48 hours, you're gonna see like the gnarliest mood swings of your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you get what you. I always say that. Like when people meet me and I'm in like an ornery mood or something, I'm always like, this is the coolest part of MGK you could get. Like you could get the hey, how you doing, but the tight, you're getting the cool exclusive look at me about to choke you. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're being real. Like.
Yeah. So it was tight that Chief Keef was like.
Like a complete whack job.
Yo, so we're like in the studio doing Young Man. Then puts the headphone, or the engineer puts like, there's like an engineer there. I ended up engineering the whole session. The engineer like got scared and went and sat on the couch for the whole time.
Wow.
But like, so the first thing engineer, he picks up the headphones. Cause I noticed, I'm like, the headphones aren't working. Like only one ear is working on the headphones. And so like, you know, so like the engineer puts the headphones on. He's like, yeah, he's like, hey, Chief Keef, like, the headphone, whatever. He's like, and so he's like skateboarding on this electrical thing. He's like, man, I know what the fuck. I know the headphones are broke. Like I keep running over the cord with my skateboard. Like I don't care. so it's like tight. So anyway, he ends up just like sending the dude the timeout. Dude ends up going to the couch.
Sit him down?
Swear to God. So I'm like, all right, like, I got us. Don't worry. I'll engineer it. I engineer it. So we're about to press record. Chief gets in the mic. He goes. So what you want me to do? I'm like, it's time. It's time. The time's now.
Time to perform.
Yeah, so he's like, come rock with me. And so I walk in the booth. It's like he has his house is all paintings of him shooting people.
No.
Like as Scarface.
No.
It's
like oil paintings, like paint, like.
Bruh, like take this right here, that. Now fill that with a nice clean picture of Sosa with a machine gun, and blood splattering from the bottom left corner.
Oh my God.
It's awesome.
Amazing.
That's
awesome.
Cool.
I always want to ask you that because you have the record. I'm like, is this really? Is he really?
Oh, he's. I think. And like it's so funny because he goes. It was just so many stories from that night, man. I could just sit, like, I remember when we both needed weed, so we both ordered, like, you know what I'm saying, like, got big ass chunks of weed, and then he was rolling up. This boy was like, yo, let me roll something up. He's like, 20. It's 20. I was like, you sell weed to your own? Like,
your people?
Yo, you're nuts, man. He's nuts. He's nuts. And I love it, because I'm, you know what I'm saying, like, I love, like, that's cool. Like, I'm actually down with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The honesty and the craziness.
Yeah, the honesty and the craziness. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I grew up around crazy people.
Me too.
I
So
like
don't you think it's weird? Don't you think? I think it's weird when I meet like a super hardcore dude who's like, yeah, I'm vegan and I can't be around and this all these things. And I'm always like, huh? What is this?
We need more Chief Keef. That was what we need.
But Chief Keef is the real deal.
That's really good to hear.
And everyone calls him Sosa, so we just got to call him Sosa.
Sosa, okay. Outside of your music projects, what, you know, a movie or TV thing that you've done, what are you most proud about?
I'm just proud that all of it came out because, like, I was getting real sick of the, like, wild boy stigma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, like definitely very true, and like it comes out when it wants to come out. But like when it's like circus animally, I'm always like, that's not what I want. You know what I mean? Like my songwriting is deeper than that. So like I think I just was stoked when I started getting respect as just like an addition to the culture of art just in general. Period. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Other than that, man, I don't know, man. Roadies, Nerve, like Nerve was cool because I never seen like success from a movie like that. Like I like walked around like a Fifth Harmony concert one time and like they had no idea who Machine Gun Kelly was, but they had all the ideas of who the guy played in Nerve was.
Which is dope.
Which is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. This dude called me. Man, I was walking on the street last night, and I was on a college campus in Madison. And, like this dude's like Colson, and I was like, and like sometimes people say that trying to get my attention, like because, but usually they don't know me like that, right? So
growing
like,
up, people called you Colson, not Rich.
Growing up, people call me Colson.
Okay, yeah.
And most people call me Kales for real, but like if you went to school with me, you call me Colson. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, anyway, I'm walking on the street and someone says Colson, I'm like, you're corny, and I like turn around.
Yeah.
You know, I turn around, but the dude is like genuinely like Colson from Nerve, right? And I was like,
from that
movie. So I was like,
yeah.
And nothing else? He's like, Nerve. I'm like, yeah, dude.
That's very dope.
Yeah, it was crazy. All of us, we were all there. We all looked around. We all turned around like about to give him like the you're corny treatment. We all were like, you're corny. And then like, he was like, dude, Colson from Nerve. I was like, that's fucking nuts.
It's dope, bro. It's dope.
That was crazy.
Yo, congratulations, man. A lot of great stuff happening.
Thanks, dude.
New album coming out soon.
Yeah, January, February. I just talked to Interscope the other day. Yeah.
Very, very, very proud of you, dog.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Amazing strides.
Yeah.
And fought through the frustration, fought through the times when people didn't understand you, stayed true to yourself, stayed true to your
I'm gonna
craft.
make it go back to that though. I don't want people to understand me.
Okay.
So it's gonna go back. I gave them like a little.
Hopefully you guys
I gave
don't
them a
get
couple
it.
months
Nobody
to go
gets
back.
it. Hopefully, yeah. Nah, you're doing really well. Round of applause for Machine Gun Kelly, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see the good guys win, man.
Yeah.
Finally, a couple of the good guys out here, you know?
Yeah.